Hey guys. Welcome to my second YouTube video. I used to avoid looking at my bank accounts because of how much anxiety it gave me. But this year, I'm done hiding. I am done hiding from my finances. I'm done hiding from what? My bank accounts. I'm done hiding from money, okay? Money, I'm here. And I'm here to tackle whatever challenges come my way, yes. Are you hungry? You need anything? What do you need?
I need Ruffles.
Sorry guys, my son is here. He got out of school a little early today, so it's me and him today. We are going to record. I told myself I'm going to record today no matter what, come rain or shine. So even though my baby is here, I'm still gonna record. So you guys are gonna, he's eating chips right now, so just, you know, bear with me. Right, Tao Tao? He heard me. Anyways, I was saying, I'm a mom. Tao, you wanna eat the chips somewhere else? Tao, come eat the chips else, cause you're making a lot of noise with your mouth. Yes. Come eat the chips somewhere else, I beg. I'm a mom. I'm tired. I've got dreams. And debt does not fit into this equation. It doesn't. At least not in my equation. It does not fit. Yeah? Okay. So quick intro. Hey everybody, my name is Yinka. And today I want to give you guys a little bit more insight into how I've been handling my finances over the past year. I'm on a journey to becoming the best version of me through fitness, self-growth, and yes, fixing my money problems. Fixing my money mindsets. Cause I can't be looking this good and be in debt. That's, it's embarrassing. Yeah. So in my previous video, I spoke about how I struggled with my impulsive shopping and how I constantly was seeking temporary happiness through, you know, like materialistic things instead of facing my issues head on. As a young adult, I never felt comfortable talking about my money. And I feel like that's an issue with a lot of people too, especially growing up around my era. Like, I just feel like talking about money was just like a taboo. Like, it's just something like you just don't do. Don't ask me what's in my bank account. Don't ask me how much rent is. Don't ask me how much I get paid. That's none of your business. At least that was always the mindset that I always had. And so I just never felt comfortable talking about my finances. I never felt comfortable asking people about anything that has to do with money or their finances, anything like that. Talking about my finances or just money in general always made me feel nervous because of how irresponsible I was in terms of like how I handled my money. And I didn't want other people to judge me. I didn't want other people to be like, damn, like, Yinka doesn't know what she's doing with her life. Like, I didn't want nobody judging me or having any opinions about me whatsoever. I felt like I wasn't like financially like intelligent at the time. But as of right now, I've been reading a lot, so I'm getting caught up. In the previous years, I feel like I just didn't have like that financial intelligence to know what to do with my money, how to handle it, how to make my money work for me. Instead, for me, it's like whenever I would see, you know, any sign of like cash in my account, I just want to just spend it. Toxic behavior, toxic. Very toxic. Somehow I made it through my 20s and my early 30s with zero debt. How? I don't know, but it's by the grace of God. It was by the grace of God. But after my second child, I went through my second round of postpartum depression. And not long after that, I found myself facing greater hurdles in my life that at the time I just couldn't handle. And retail therapy came like a coping mechanism for me. Because I wasn't addressing the real issues in my life, I just kept buying materialistic things, and I kept buying these materialistic things on credit without caring how I was gonna pay for it. In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, just put on my credit card, you know, just put on my credit card. I was very irresponsible, guys. Like, postpartum depression is real, and I feel like a lot of people, especially men, don't understand like how important it is to take care of your woman when she is going through like that stage in her life. I mean, for me personally, I'm gonna speak on my experience with it. When I was going through it, I was just making a lot of poor decisions. A lot of poor, irrational, impulsive decisions. I just wasn't like in a good space. Like one minute I'll be happy, like I'll have like a high, and then the next minute I just feel down. And the only thing that could like make me feel good again is a new pair of shoes, you know? Like, I don't got no money in my savings, but I do got a job, so, you know, the money's gonna come. Because God forbid you lose your job, where's the money gonna come from? Especially if you don't have any money saved in your account. Where's it coming from? Now you're just screwed. You're dumb and screwed. And that would have been me. But thank the Lord. I hated looking at my bank accounts. I hated looking at my credit card statements. I hated looking at anything that had to do with money. I hated budgeting. Budgeting was one of the worst things, one of the things I hated doing. Because looking at budgeting, looking at my accounts was basically me holding myself accountable and me seeing what my problem is, and I wasn't ready to do that. All of that was because facing my finances would be like looking at myself in the mirror. Let's just say this is my mirror right here. And I didn't want to see how ugly I was. I didn't want to see how much of damage I was causing to myself. So I was like, no, let me put this mirror down. Let me close my eyes and keep living in Delulu land and keep spending. Because it's what's making me happy right now, so let me just do that. When really, I should have looked at myself in the mirror and be like, girl, you are the problem. Put those credit cards down and get your life together, okay? Go get some therapy, girl. I wasn't ready for the truth yet. So what did she do? What did I do? I kept on spending, yes. Spend that money that you don't have. Hey, spend the money you don't have, girl, yeah. That was me, because apparently I got a rich daddy somewhere. I don't know where, but he's out there somewhere. I just have to find him. Fast forward to 2023, I racked up about, oh God, I can't believe I'm about to say this. I racked up about $25,000 in credit card debt. Hey, I couldn't even remember what I bought that would add up to 25K. Like even till today, I'm still shocked. But it is what it is, we move, right? It is what it is, we learn and we move. I felt so shocked and disappointed in myself. I couldn't believe that I had done such a thing. Like I couldn't believe that I was able to rack up that much money. And instead of fixing my problem, I was just ignoring it. I wasn't like getting to the root of the issue. I just kept putting it aside. And I feel like that's what a lot of us do at times, is instead of like actually facing the facts, holding ourselves accountable and facing the ugly truth, like looking ourselves in the mirror and facing the ugly truth, we just always want to ignore it. And it's like, nah, you can't do that. You can't go through life like that. Like you have to face your issues head on. And in my head, I'm thinking, okay, you know, let me just take out a loan. I'll take out this personal loan. Whereas I should have instead sought therapy. I should have tried to figure out, why do I keep spending like this? Why do I keep looking for this temporary fix? Now, there's nothing wrong with personal loans, right? Absolutely nothing wrong with personal loans. The issue isn't the personal loan. The issue is the person getting the personal loan. If you don't fix your problems and you get a personal loan, guess what? You're gonna get yourself into more debt and then you're gonna get another personal loan. And that's exactly what happened. I got this $25,000 personal loan in 2023. And when I got the loan, I made a promise to myself that, Yinka, you're not going to use your credit cards anymore.
Minecraft!
And by July of 2024, a year ago from today, I racked up another $25,000 in credit card loans. Credit card debts. I racked up another $25,000 in credit card debts, now bringing me up to $50,000. Why? Because I didn't fix the problem. Like, I wish I could just go back in time and just slap myself. I wish I could go back in time and just shake, like, just be like, are you okay? Is everything okay with you? I was a hot mess. I really was a hot mess for real. Oh my gosh. So now, July 2024, I'm stuck in this $50,000 ditch. Something had to change, and it had to change quickly. I didn't want to play victim. I didn't want to make any excuses for my bad habits, for my bad behavior. I just wanted to, at this point, fix it. I knew it was something deep rooted, and I knew that the only way to figure out how to, solve this issue was I had to seek therapy. Therapy isn't something that, gets talked about a lot in my community. I feel like therapy is something that can benefit you. And in this moment, in that moment, I knew that's what I needed. Pronto. So instead of drowning in self-pity, I went straight to my computer and I started to research, individual therapy. And thankfully I found somebody that, worked for me. And through therapy, I realized that I had more than just like money issues. I started to notice my impulsiveness, my impulsive behaviors. I realized I was looking for love and happiness outside of myself. Like I was so dependent on people and things to give me something that I could get myself, but I didn't know how to. And this was because I didn't know how to pour into myself. And I didn't know how to sit alone with myself and self-soothe myself. Like I just didn't know how to do it. And I didn't know how to comfort myself. I was always seeking it through friends, loved ones. I was seeking it through materialistic things because I just didn't know how to just tell myself that, girl, it's okay. Like I didn't know how to do it. I don't know how to talk to myself. And you have to love on yourself. You have to be able to be happy and comfortable by yourself. And eventually I had to sit with my ugly truth and I had to face it head on. And I had to allow myself to feel everything, feel the anger, feel the sadness, feel the embarrassment, feel everything. And it was hard and it took time. I really had to feel every emotion, everything. And through it, I learned how to forgive myself. I learned how to give myself grace. I knew I messed up. I knew I did. But I knew I had work to do to get myself out of it. And I knew I was capable of doing that. So I went to work. I'm not going back to that lifestyle again. And I mean it. I meant I meant every word. When I said it, I meant it. Fast forward, after July 2024, I stopped using my credit cards. I told myself I am not touching these cards until I am financially savvy, until I'm financially intelligent enough to know how to handle credit cards. Right now, I don't know what I'm doing. I looked into all my bank statements, my credit card statements, because I wanted to know exactly where the money went. And by that time, earlier this year, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had zero savings, nothing in investments. Now I have a $51,000 personal loan debt. Giving myself grace, so I'm not even gonna you messed up, girl. You did. So first things first, I decided to get a notebook. I got my journal and I decided to write down what financial freedom meant to me. Everybody has their own take of what financial freedom means to them. For some people, it could be owning a house. For some people, it could be traveling around the world. For some people, it could just be having a steady job, everybody's different. So for me, financial freedom means being debt-free, having at least 6 months of my net income saved, being able to afford activities or programs for my children, taking at least one solo trip and one family trip a year, investing and owning my own businesses, being able to help others out, family members, loved ones, and then last but not least, pouring into my passions, things that make me feel fulfilled. And to reach these goals, I knew I had to act fast. I found a great budgeting sheet online, and that helped me track every dollar that I made, right? Down to the penny. I listed all my debts, all my monthly expenses. I didn't want to cut out all enjoyment. So what I did was I gave myself a monthly allowance for dining out and for little shopping, and just like, personal spending, like miscellaneous things. Anything could pop up. I opened up a high yield savings account. I think any high yield savings account that would give you at least like 3.6 or 3.7 and up in interest, I think is good. So I feel like if you don't have a high yield savings account, get you one, okay? Because we all need it. I also set up a monthly deposit for emergencies in case anything happens, like my car needs to be repaired. I don't know, flat tire, whatever it is. I have at least something to go to draw money from and pay for it without having to dip into money that I would use for my monthly expenses. I made sure that every dollar I made had a job, like it had somewhere that it was going to. It took me, 2 to 3 years to get myself into this debt. So it's gonna take me quite some time to get myself out of it. I do have to be patient, and just ride the wave. Like, as long as there's progress being made every month, that's what's important, right? And I just have to just give myself grace. I also decided to pick up a second job. I work in the health field. I'm a respiratory therapist, and we do make a good amount of money. The one thing I didn't want to do was to live paycheck to paycheck. That's a terrible lifestyle. I mean, you're literally constantly on your toes every single day. As soon as your paycheck hits, it's gone. But what I've realized is that it doesn't matter how much money you make. If the mindset of the person making that money isn't good, it doesn't matter. There are people who make half of what I make that are in way better positions than I'm in, that have way more money saved up in their accounts, right? And that's because they have the financial intelligence to get them to that point. That's because they have the discipline to get them there. I didn't have that. It's about, how do you handle money, or does the money handle you? The money handled me for too long. Never again. Never again. It's not happening no more. So yes, so I was able to get this second job in March. And with my second job, I was able to put just a little bit extra into like paying off my debt. From March up until today, I've just been, budgeting every day, figuring out where my money goes. Every single day, I'm looking at my expenses. No dollar is forgotten. Like, I know where everything is going to be, and that's because I'm budgeting, and that's because as soon as the money is spent, I'm going straight to my budget sheet and I'm calculating everything. I'm giving myself limits as to how much I spend. So even with like shopping and everything, I give myself a specific amount of money. For example, like I give myself like at least anywhere between $200 to $250 a month to spend on shopping, just miscellaneous things. I give myself $200 to spend on dining out. So that's going out with friends, whatever. Once I reach that $200 mark, don't call me. I'm not coming outside unless you're paying. And I won't lie to you, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. There are times when I do go a little bit over budget, but every month, whenever I review my account, I'm like, okay, I went a little over budget here. So, I'm gonna be more mindful now and make sure like I don't spend as much here. I don't spend as much in this category anymore. So far, we are now in July 2025. I started off this year with $51,000 in personal loans. I am now down to a little over $33,000. So far I've paid off a little over $18,000 in my personal loans. That is a huge accomplishment, okay? I started in March, April, May, June, July, 5 months. In 5 months, I paid off $18,000. That's to tell you how much work I've been putting into this. And by the way, guys, like I said, I am not comfortable talking about money. I contemplated like mentioning like specific numbers. So, this is again hard for me, but I feel like I have to do this because somebody needs to hear this, guys. Somebody needs to hear this. When I say I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life, when I say I'm in a space where I'm just trying to become the best version of myself, I mean it. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. And that includes making sure that my finances are top tier. Being able to pay off that amount of money and in the span of 5 months, is a huge accomplishment. And that's because I worked my butt off. Those extra hours that I put into work, just the budgeting alone, tracking every dollar that comes into my account, making sacrifices like not going out certain times, saying no to people at times, that's hard. Like, I do want to go out, I do want to have fun, but sometimes you just have to say no. You have to give yourself a limit, and once you've reached that limit, it's a, girl, I'm so sorry. I wish I could go out with you. I wish I could go to that day party, but I can't, because I know if I go to that day party, I'm gonna spend at least $40. And I don't have $40 to spend right now because I have reached my $200 limit. Okay, baby? I love you, girl. I promise you, when I am where I need to go, we can go out any, well, not anytime, because I'm still gonna be disciplined in myself. But these are the conversations you need to have with your friends. It's like, girl, listen, your girl is on a budget right now, so we can hang out today, but we cannot hang out tomorrow. We can hang out this week, but next week, please do not call me. Unless you are paying for me, don't call me at all. Unless it's free. Unless you want to go take a walk at the park. Matter of fact, let's have a gym day. Let's go to the gym. The gym is free. This took serious discipline. Because trust me, that extra money I was getting from my second job, the way I was tempted to want to go shopping, the way I was tempted to want to like book a trip, but I told myself, I said, Yinka, I looked at myself in the mirror this time. I took that mirror, I said, girl, you know better. And so you have to do better. Don't do this to yourself. Pay that shit off now. And so I paid it off. For the sake of all the hours that I've been putting into myself and pouring into myself and putting into therapy, everything, like, I have to do better. I don't have a choice. I have to do better for me. I have to do better for my sons. All right? Like, they can't see their mother just making silly decisions. No. Because what's going to happen is they're going to end up developing those same bad habits, and I can't have that. I can't. I have to make sure that I'm continuously working on myself and disciplining myself every single day. If it feels like it's too late or it's too overwhelming, I promise you it's not. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what stage in your life you are. It doesn't matter what you have going on in your life. It is not too late to fix your issues. I promise you. It may take time. I mean, it took time for you to get yourself in that mess, right? Yeah. So it's gonna take time for you to get out of it. You just have to start. Pick up that mirror and actually like hold yourself accountable. Dig deep and get into the root of things. When I look at how far I've come from how I used to be a year and change ago and how I am now, I'm like, damn girl, you did a great job. You may not be where you want to be at the moment, but you have gone far. As the days go by and time goes by, whenever self-doubt creeps in, I remember how bad things used to be, and I see my progress, and I'm like, okay, Yinka, you're doing good. Just keep going. Just take it one step at a time. Just take it one step at a time, and you get there. And that's where I am now. That's where I am with my finances. That's where I am with my fitness, and even my music too. And if you have not watched my music video, go check it out. And if you have not listened to my song, go on YouTube, go on Apple Music, go on Spotify, go on Amazon. It's on all platforms. Go watch it. It's called Closer. You're gonna love it. That was another, challenge of mine was my music, which I'm gonna get into in another video. Not this one. This is about finances. But I just wanted to throw it in there that I have a new song out and y'all need to see it. Back to what I was saying. Please do not be afraid to tackle on your issues head on. And if your finances is one of those tough issues, please tackle it now before it is too late. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to be for you to get to a great space in your life. And you don't want that. Once I held myself accountable, I was able to get over that fear and actually put the work in to get myself out of this mess. And so if I could do it, I know anybody could do it. Trust me. To close this off, I want to say if you guys have any tips, any advice for me, whatever, let me know in the comments. If you have anything to say, let me know in the comments. Just, comment away, just type away. Type away. So feel free to subscribe and stay tuned, and I will be seeing you guys soon, okay? Bye, till next time. Yeah.